Well, this brings back memories. I watched Hashtag Screamers, a found footage movie found for free on Tubi, and the filmmakers are employees of this company called Giggler.com, and they're kind of a search and video aggregating website. And the concept is that you wouldn't need anything other than Giggler.com. It's kind of how Google runs, but imagine if Google had YouTube on its homepage. I think that's kind of the sort of site that they've got. So they are always looking for new hits, new things to get them attention, and have the website go viral. And the video editor of Giggler.com gets a classic-style screamer sent to him. It's done with all new footage. It's a modern picture, but it's a screamer. And screamers were a classic of the old internet. They're not around so much anymore, though I think The Nun did one, which is kind of great that they brought back the tradition of the screamer just to scare the crap out of people watching YouTube videos. That makes me happy. But they put this screamer up on their website because they're so impressed by it, and it becomes a huge hit. It blows up, goes viral. Really is a boon to their website, gets a lot of people there. They end up receiving a second video, and once they receive that second video, which they put up on their site and also does really well, they want to contact the person who created the screamer so that they can get exclusive rights to this, because other sites have been posting it. You know, people do. So they managed to find a phone number in the metadata of first video, and they contact a woman who sounds really frazzled. And she isn't very helpful and talks about how Frances is going to be home soon and she has to go. And then she hangs up on them. So they don't get a lot out of her. In the following days, in the comments thread of the video editor finds some distressing information. The comment section is there's a thread filled with information about how this looks like a missing girl. And when they look it up, it does seem to be her. This girl who's been missing for 2 years seems to have shown up in the screamer videos. And so now they potentially have to go to the police. They managed to do some investigation into the video because they're trying to avoid having to go to the police. And they find out that the name on one of the graves in the initial video is Francis, but he was a suspect in the Jack the Ripper slayings, so it can't be him. So they conclude that this lady must be part of a hoax, because there's no way that Francis is with her. That Francis that they put in the video is dead. So clearly, it's a hoax. And now that they think they've been taken for a ride, one of the two creators of the website decides that in order to make the news, they're going to go ahead and find this person, since they have their phone number and all their information from the metadata, that they're going to drive up to Rochester, New York, find this person, and expose them. Now, that's a pretty stupid plan, but the core group of them go anyway. And they end up showing up at nighttime and creep around the house, and they are begging to be shot by the way they're acting. But no one's home. And they do end up coming back the next day, and someone is home. And then stuff happens. Disappointing stuff. I was all prepared and on board for this movie. I was into it, and then when they get to the house, the last third is boring as hell. There are screamers, that's about it, but you can see them coming. Characters get killed off one by one by a screamer. We find out nothing about the screamer or Francis or the missing girl. He just pops up and kills people by screaming, and then they vanish, and that's it. It was disappointing. I really wanted to love this movie. And it's a really well put together movie. I think there's a lot of great stuff here. Our theme for today seems to be missed potential. It feels like there could have been a lot more to this film if they would have just thought a little deeper and dug a little deeper and not gone with the obvious, just, woo, scary screamer thing. They were so close to something, I feel, that was better than what it became. Still, I will give this movie now I'm rethinking what I was going to give it, because I liked this movie more than Fake Blood, and I gave Fake Blood a 2.5 because it is a competent movie. So I suppose that I should give this movie a 2.5 as well. I was going to give it a 2. We'll go with a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I would not suggest watching this film just because the last part does get so boring. It's a very unsatisfying conclusion.